The digital juggernaut continues to transform the business landscape, redefining value chains, realigning customer behaviors and expectations, and spawning new business models. At EY's Innovation Realized gathering in Amsterdam, the challenges and opportunities of the future came into focus. Beth Comstock is a lifelong innovator, a transformation change agent inside one of the largest companies in the world, GE. So, how do you create an environment that supports digital transformation?
Well, with a lot of tension, I think is the answer, and probably everyone here can appreciate that, because you do have to keep the scale going and you have to seed the new. So in digital, in the early days, it's about seeding capabilities and bringing people in with expertise. And if you're not careful, you get sort of the haves and the have-nots, the cool kids and the kids are like, well, what am I here for?
Rather than old and new companies, Comstock has a way to define innovation without threatening the existing team.
One of the models that I found very effective is something really thinking of test company, scale company within the same company. And for many of our digital efforts, they were test companies. You need those people who have deep digital expertise, but don't give up on the people who have deep operations, supply chain, and too often in these transformations, we get confused. We think everybody has to be the new kid.
The digital transformation must be embraced by employees, the board of directors, and investors if the journey is to be a successful one.
At this point in time, I think it's really important for people to recognize that digital requires changes in the people side of the house. It really requires a cultural shift within the company, a mindset shift, as well as a shift in terms of how you're going to help folks make that journey to a new digital environment. It's a change in the way you're working and not in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis with technology.
John Moore is the global head of innovation at the British insurance firm Bupa.
I think the biggest thing you can do to drive transformation is to really make sure you bring the customer or the employee or whoever else you want to focus this on to life and see how they do things. So sit and watch, observe. And it's a well-used tool, but human-centered design is an amazing way to bring that to life. And then you see the role that digital has in their lives and what role you have to play. And that's not just from what you do as your sector, but how do other sectors influence? Because in this world, we're now being influenced as much by what we do with an airline or what we do with a bank than what we do with a health insurance or healthcare company.
Companies need to start thinking a little differently about digital. Digital is not an event. It is a process. It is a journey through which one creates new sources of competitive advantage and new sources of value.
One thing is clear: digital needs to not just be accepted, but embraced.
Doing digital means that you fix your systems or you invest in more technology. But that's not enough. That's kind of lip service. What you need to think is your culture, your business model, your people, your leadership, the skills that you need today and tomorrow.
To manage change in a super fluid world, companies need to embrace duality, says Rashad Tabakawala, Chief Growth Officer, Publicis Group.
You run a model optimized for today and you have a model optimized for tomorrow and run them simultaneously. We have found that the insurgent group has to be separate from the ongoing business in two ways. One, it has to be separate in its goals. Its goals have to be very different. And the second is in its metrics and measurement.
How can businesses transform? To successfully drive company-wide digital transformation, bringing all stakeholders along for the journey. Transformation is a journey. Be prepared for twists and turns.